Man, I really hope this music isn't copyrighted. That's gonna fucking suck. Hold on. Configure. I like the music. So far, the music hasn't been. Well, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk it. Hold on. No. Return. 2 minutes later, the Crash Zerg stands cross map with the Kane player. The match opens off slowly, but a sudden greedy opening from the Kane Protoss elicits a call to attention from the commentators. Whoa, how bold. The map does not lend itself to a Nexus first, yet he has planted one down without pause, and it seems that it will be going unpunished. With one victory already, it seems that Kane has decided now was the appropriate time to take risks. This spells bad news for Crash. With the Protoss economy established so quickly, Zerg will struggle to survive his powerful mid-game attack. The commentator warning shows itself to be a well-informed one. The Crash player realizes his disadvantaged position too late. From inside the booth, he looks visibly shaken. Jing marches across the map at the 8-minute mark with an absurd number of Link stalkers. Not bothering to clear watchtowers on the way over, his unscouted forward pylon allows him to power forward unchecked, and my nose is itchier than it's ever been. The Crash Zerg clumsily defense is painful to watch, and the game was decided by the 2-minute mark, even if the Protoss took another 7 to play it out. That was embarrassing. Not my preferred all-in style, but I admit it has its merits. Damn. A sudden realization that 3 out of the 4 of us are on camera puts our conversation on pause. The VSL loves to show foreigners and girls in the breaks between games on stream, for whatever reason. Riva shields her face and glances away while I wave and watch myself on screen with an undeniably awkward expression. The cameraman makes the mistake of panning past us to focus solely on Jet. Not a second later, the scene switches back to the casters. Damn! What kind of idiot doesn't drone scout? He went for a pull first. It was an easy slowing rally for the win. The map lends itself to a typical Zerg playstyle. He mistakenly believed that if he could defend an early rush from the Protoss, he would have an advantage going into the mid-game. I can already taste the extra large they're bet. That's definitely a drink or something. That's definitely a drink. It has to be. I know things. Quiet. 0-2 isn't impossible to come back from. But Jet's confidence falters a minute into the third game. The Kane Protoss immediately sends a probe cross-map, intent on deciding the game with an early rush. Scout around your natural, you moron. It takes 2 seconds! And if he somehow heard the order through his booth soundproof foam, the Crash Zerg catches the side of the proxy gateway just as it finishes constructing. A moment later and the game would have been decided. How will the Zerg react? He responds by throwing down a static defense in his main, a good option since the pair of stationary spine crawlers are too strong to contest with a few zealots. I don't even know what those words are, but they sounded cool. I felt threatened. Like if I heard those things were about to attack me, I'd be worried. The hatchery finishes despite the Protoss efforts to force a cancel. It looks like Crash is going to stabilize here, or would, if not for... No, what are you doing? Stop. Jet takes 2 fistfuls of her own hair, then the Zerg uproots a spine crawler. Jet takes 2 fistfuls of her own hair when the Zerg uproots the spine crawler and begins moving it down the ramp. Protoss' reaction is instant. The Kane player rushes into the fight with the remaining static defense. Even with a handful of Zerglings and the Queen aiding, the spine crawlers falls with only a single casualty for the Protoss. An unmistakable blunder. He aimed to defend his natural expansion with the second spine crawler, but failed to wait until he had enough Zerglings. Such impatience is going to cost Crash the game, and perhaps the series. With the free pick off, it's not long until the Kane player snowballs his lead into victory. One of his teammates charges into the booth and claps his back a dozen times, both of them smiling through some banter. That's a stark difference from Crash's binge. Wait, hold on. How did I read that? That was Kane, right? Yeah, that was Kane. It's a stark difference from Crash's binge. All save Excel look ready to accept defeat. With a calm look back at his coach and a nod, he rises to replace his fallen teammate. Ah, shit is about to go down. I already read that. It seems that Crash will send Excel, their final player. Will he be able to prevent the all-kill from Xing? We must take into account Kane's morale. The momentum in this series certainly favors a fourth and final victory. Excel, do not lose. A few of people seated in front of Jet wince at the volume of her cheer. Turn around, stare, and then realize that they were about to shush a VSL champion. By the time she finished signing a phone case from one of them, Excel is in the booth and ready to go. Think he can bring it back, Reva? No single player on Kane can match Excel. I find myself in agreement with that, but Reva's specific wording and lack of a conclusion leaves me wondering. Wanna know what it leaves me wondering? Why my nose be like this, you know? What? To anyone out there, to anyone out there that does YouTube or streaming or any of that nonsense, you know, I'll even slap TikTok in there because I'm so curious. One, how come when the center of my camera is right here, I end up on the side of my screen? But when I'm looking over here, where my camera's not... No, that's not the question. But who... Does anyone else get the nose itch? Like they hit record and the nose all of a sudden is just like... You got that one little hair that's just like... And it's just driving you mad the entire time. And you're slowly losing your sanity. Because that's happening in both nostrils right now. Just both of the little... Alright. Alright. What could be the final match of the day begins now. Excel against Xing. Who will emerge victorious? Excel looks at home in the booth. He shows the four of us a smile and a thumbs up before the game loads in. Oh, what a cocky bastard. Despite the dire position in his team, Excel wastes no time in fighting back for control of the series. He deflects the Kane's player's pressure with the well-positioned Marine force on the top of his ramp, killing off a zealot and scaring away a stalker. A vital maneuver. The Protoss now lacks the information on whether or not Excel is expanding. How will he cover his options? Excel's cloaked Banshee is nearly complete. The Kane player hesitates and then seconds later throws down an expansion. Jet heaves a sigh of relief, confident that the game is decided. Classic Protos. Don't think, guess. It's true. If Excel had been expanding, the Kane player would have earned a slight edge. Instead, he is forced to watch helplessly as Excel's Banshee flies straight into his base and blasts his worker line into pieces. And with a highly delayed and evidently begrudged GG from Kane, Excel puts Crash on the board. Ha! Salty that he didn't get his all kill. Why did the Protos leave so early? He could have at least gone for a base trade or something. Are you kidding? Terrans have had base trades figured for almost a year now. God, I wish my gateway could fly. I guess there's no reason to throw in the towel so early. Even if he was going to lose, he could have at least tried to wear Excel out for the games to come. Excel could easily bring this back. But even with his team's first loss, Kane's coach looks confident. He gestures for one of the youngest players, speaks to him for almost an entire minute, and then sends him into the booth. The Kane coach sends an amateur Terran to face Excel. He must have confidence in either the young talent or the remaining two players. We must assume he wants to give the young Terran some experience. Certainly, there's no other reason to send him against such a strong contender as Excel. Reva watches as the Kane coach impassively Time out again. Reva watches the Kane coach impassively, never allowing her attention to leave him until the 5th game loads in. Yay! I don't know what's with the yays all the time. Kane opens with a commander center first. It seems that the Kane team has a strong preference to set the pace of the game and force their opponent to react. How will Excel respond? Excel's going to scout it, throw down his own CC. What else? He'll out-macro this kid anyway. Reva answers Jet with a nod, though it's not in a way that makes her seem particularly pleased. Oh my gosh. Why? Okay. No, not that it makes her seem particularly pleased. As predicted, Excel's thorough scout discovers the Kane command center early enough to stay in an economy-focused game. Even with the amateur's Terran slight advantage, Excel claws his way back into even footing, and then claims a lead when he catches a drop en route to his base. The Crash fans roar and cheer when Excel charges his opponent's tank line, and in a way, reminiscent of old Brood War mech battles. Old habits die hard. Even with the game all but decided, the Kane Terran player remains until Excel moves forward to destroy his base. Just before offering his GG, the Kane amateur scans to reveal all of Excel's structure. As I thought. A nuke? Was he playing for a nuke? He's playing for a fucking nuke, isn't he? I wince as Jet belts out an ear-shattering cheer and then turns to Reva. What do you mean? Kane will send their Terran ace. Not such a hard guess, really. But even with the previously confident Jet watches Kane's bench now. Sure enough, their team's ace pulls himself to his feet, peels off his team's jacket, and tosses it to a squealing fan girl. Did she just sniff it? I'm going to pretend I didn't see that. Wait, did I understand? The Crash coach paces back and forth with his hands behind his back. His bench looks far more invested in the series than they did 2 games ago. What a treat, the highest level of terrain versus terrain is about to unfold before us. I'm excited to see how Excel measures up against his TVT has always been his strongest match. Oh my god. I'm trying to read here and I'm not good at it. Lemons, please. Please, Lemons, don't do this to me. So, he beat the kid, but now they're sending in their ace, I think. Jet and Reva watch relentlessly as the game loads up. Even Stunt has stopped cheering against Crash. Kane will go command center first. If Excel does not two racks, he will be at a disadvantage. Are you from the future or something? What's with these super specific predictions? Shut up and watch. Excel opens with standard play and repeats his scout of his opponent's CC. First, the timing the timing was almost like last game, okay? Feigned bunker aggression provokes brief panic in the Kane ace, forcing him to pull a handful of SC2VNs to contest what would be direct counter to his build. Good move, but it will not be enough. With when the fake rush ends, the Kane player throws his head back, heaving a sigh of relief and smiles. He begins attacking aggressively, a dangerous option without scouting Excel. Can you please explain what's going on? Why do you know what's happening before it happens? This is Kane's ace. The Kane ace used the amateur to bait out Excel's response to the CC first. This isn't something that would be possible if they weren't ahead by so many games. They sent their best player to face Excel with full knowledge of his reaction, but Excel can adapt on the fly, right? Easier said than done. Sure enough, Excel's answer is the exact same way as it was to the amateur, improvising is a rare skill for a StarCraft player, even for someone as skilled and as well-rounded as Excel. The Kane player will build 2 starports behind his natural to avoid Excel's typical scan patterns. He will then clear out Excel's map vision with Helions, and then camp Excel's production with the Banshees and Vikings. This isn't over. Excel will scout the gas timings and might realize that something's off. But the strategy proves to be too specific for Excel to cover without scouting directly. The missile turned in his worker line won't protect his production structures. Excel scans misses the mark by pixels. There's no chance he'll be prepared in time. With the center of the map clear, the Kane Terran flies straight into Excel's base. Unbelievable! We rarely see such a unit composition, but this is the perfect answer in this scenario. Oh my gosh, Excel is gonna lose? Nah, I gotta believe in my mans. The Vikings keep Excel's inferior Air Force base at bay, while the Banshees pound Excel's structure and tank without answer. An attempt to establish a missile turret defense costs Excel a ton of workers, and when he eventually stabilizes, his army is less than half the size of Kane's. The game is over, yet Excel remains until the bitter end, training cost efficiently with his inferior force as he can. It's only once Kane's ace dances his units back and forth that Excel finally taps out. A cheer from Ace's fans announces the conclusion of the series. 4-2, Kane. Damn. Luckily, Stunt has the sense not to gloat about the money he just won from Jet. Damn. First of all, hold on. Okay, and with that, I'm going to end this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a great time, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Wait, hold on. Did I just steal Markiplier's outro? I feel like I'm always stealing other people's outros. Outros are hard. Get out of here.